Hello, and welcome to the Fourshade Studio podcast. This is episode number 18. It is July 5th. What's up?
No, it's not.
Shut up, Brock. It's the 5th.
We're in a time warp. It's actually the 4th of July forever.
Don't do that to me. I'm an existentialist.
Don't do that to me.
Don't do that to me,
I'm
Brock.
a Gemini.
Brocco. You can't do that to me. I don't know what that accent was. Anyway.
Don't do that ever again.
Okay, sounds great. Okay. Who are you?
I'm Blake Bodenhammer.
Great. I'm Devin Devon. Hello, everyone.
I think I'm Brock. So
Yeah.
no change.
Sounds about right.
Well, let's hit some news first. Then we'll get into the big stuff. So, a lot of retailers were, I don't know if they were getting these shipped in or if they were getting them just on on their websites, but a lot of stuff has been pretty much pointing to a Switch Mini coming out. No idea when, but a lot of peripheral type stuff is coming out, like cases and things like that. Yeah, I don't think people would be making these if the Switch Mini wasn't inevitable.
So what you're saying is I have to go raid my local Target and demand the Switch Mini and they give it to me because it's just in the back.
Yeah, it's just waiting in the back. It's behind some boxes of Hey You Pikachu.
I know what the inside of a Target looks like. I can help you out. I mean,
I do too. I've been there before.
I mean,
I've taken a step
the
inside
back
Target.
room. I worked there for 3 months.
I know what an inside of a Target looks like.
Okay.
I'm pretty much a pro by now.
Have you ever been in a Target before?
Have you ever been in a super Target?
I worked in a super Target.
It's even super than a
Did I
normal
work
Target.
in a super Target?
Did it have a grocery store?
Yeah.
Then yeah.
But it was smaller than a usual grocery store.
But was it super? It's all
Yeah.
yes.
That I don't know. I don't know if it was. I'll have to check.
I'm pretty sure the super part is the grocery store.
Hmm.
But I don't know, because every Target I've been in has a grocery store now.
Yeah, it's hard to say. But anyway, would you guys get a Switch Mini?
No.
That's a no
Okay.
for me,
Okay.
I like the idea of it, but I just don't think I would get it.
All right.
I've never thought my Switch is too big, so no.
Yeah, and I'm
I'm
like,
gonna start playing a Game Boy, which it never is. That was the purpose.
it just scares me that somehow it'll be less powerful than the Switch is right now. I don't think it will be, but
Well, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's the
that
same
would
power.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then it's what's the point? Smaller form factor, but besides that, what's the difference?
Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't know if it's cheaper, and I'd hope it'd be small enough to carry around in a rather large pocket, so an XL.
Yeah.
3DS.
I was thinking too that if they switched the joysticks to how the 3DS has them, a flat joystick instead of one that's sticking up, that would be much more portable, because if you're gonna try to stick a Switch currently into a pocket or something, it's gonna get caught on the fabric that you're trying to stick it into. But with a flat joystick, I feel it'd be fine. I mean, you'd probably want it in a case regardless, so I guess the point's kind of moot, but I don't know. Right now, no. I mean, I would, if they come out with a pro version, I would definitely get that. But
We'll talk about that when the rumors migrate that way, aka next month.
Yeah.
But
Well, I feel like it's going to be like one of those things where like Nintendo's like, because they did this with like the 3DS XL, I think. They were like, they kept getting interviewed like, hey, are you going to come out with a XL version of the 3DS? They're like, no, we're not. And then like a day after that interview, it gets like released. So
right.
I don't know. But stuff that I was reading was like, it made a good like point for it coming, because it was like some of the retailers are showing like hard cases, and like you have to have the dimensions of a hard case like almost perfect for it to work. So that means you have to have the dimensions for like the actual body of the Switch Mini.
Right.
You wouldn't just like randomly make that and hope it fits, because if it doesn't, it's just worthless.
Yeah. The other thing is, what's coming out this fall? Pokemon. What's the best-selling mobile-only game franchise? Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they really want anybody who's still lag behind with just a 3DS to finally make that change.
Yeah,
So
and it's like they want
super,
it to be super affordable. So yeah, and they want everyone to play Pokemon.
Everyone should play Pokemon. They're not wrong.
So yeah, that'll probably come out at some point. I don't know when. Do you think it'll be like a holiday thing for this year, or do you think it'll be later?
I really have no idea. Like I said, I think it would be like a possible bundle with Pokemon. That's the only reason I could say they'd come out with this. But at the same time, like the normal Switch released in March or something, so
Yeah.
who knows?
I think it's pretty probable that they'll release the Switch
Poe's
Mini
going
with
nuts.
Pokemon. But yeah, I don't know. I think it would be cool to have a mini Switch to like have it be more portable, and just like since there's two people that live in our space, that would be nice. Just like to have a second Switch so we could do multiplayer together with certain things. But if a Switch Pro comes out, like we'd probably rather get that. So.
Poe's getting angry at the stuffed animals.
Oh my god.
He's barking at them.
He's such a weirdo. Anyway.
Do you think the Switch, though, is like something that they have to unveil at like an E3 type thing? Or do you think they would just do it whenever they wanted?
Nintendo does whatever they want all the time, so
Yeah. True. Well, who knows? That would be like the perfect bundle, though, like you were saying. Like, when does Pokemon come out? I can't remember. It's in the fall, but what month?
It's like September.
September?
Yeah, everything's like coming out in September.
whatever.
Well, it's like, that would be perfect, because they would just ramp it up for Christmas. Like,
Right.
they definitely have to announce it like a few months before Thanksgiving, because they would want people to be in the know about it with enough like time for like Black Friday.
I get it on those Christmas ones, yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes too much sense. I believe the rumor.
Sword and Shield's gonna come out November 15th, so
Aha.
that would be kind of perfect for a bundle.
You mean perfect. Not kind of perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
actual perfect. Well, any closing thoughts on Switch Mini, Switch Pro, any of that?
Switch Pro, please.
No, because I know the one thing about Switch Pro that worries me is that my normal petty Switch will not be able to play Switch Pro games, and I think I've said this before. If they do that, that will hurt me.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they did a good job about that with like the 3DS and the 3DS XL. So so I feel like they wouldn't split their user base. But I don't know. We will have to see.
I'm happy right now. So
Yeah. Well, in other news, something that I just saw this week that I thought was interesting was how one of the Game Explain guys found basically the starting area for Wind Waker
Oh yeah.
in Breath of the Wild. I thought that was really
It's really neat.
because like I feel like this week was the first time that like I'd ever seen that. And for a game that is that's been out for so long, like I feel like that's just insane. Like it just goes to show how large that game is and like how much detail they've put into just everything.
yeah, especially because everybody's spent so much time like trying to figure out where it is on this timeline, and Nintendo won't say. I figured there've been people this entire time looking for exactly this type of clue. And
Right.
it took 2 years.
Yeah,
Find
like
something
pretty
that,
much.
seems pretty obvious now.
Yeah.
Let's just say where this is, because I don't think you said where this is. So, it's that coastal town.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like South Hyrule, kind of over by like the Farosh Dragon
Yep.
area. Yeah. And it's the same sort of
It's called like Lurelin Village.
Lurelin Village. That's right. It's like the same kind of layout as
Outset Island.
Outset Island on Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
So cool. That's really neat.
But yeah, like I feel like this just is like I don't know. I feel like this is just another thing where it's like this game just doesn't even have a timeline. Like we're like call it an Easter egg, call it whatever you want, but it's like I feel like when it's geography that is in the like there's all these different like geographies from all these different games that are showing up in Breath of the Wild. It's just like there is no timeline for this game.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what they've said anyway.
Yeah, but I mean like I feel like people still are trying to grasp at straws to like find anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people are. It's more just nods to other games to place it as a Zelda game, not as this specific Zelda game in the timeline, I think is what they're doing.
Right.
I mean, I always do like the idea of the timeline and just like fabricating this lore out of it is always really interesting, but I don't know. I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah. I've always thought it's like just they've made all these games and it's just like it's someone's job at Nintendo to like that they had to like try to piece it together in some way that made sense.
I mean, they sold me a giant book about it, so made them a couple $1,000.
Yeah,
at least.
true. That is true. It's like, okay, we'll give the fans what they want because they'll give us a lot of money.
Smart.
So yeah, that was super interesting. Like to me, I'm curious to like what they're gonna find next. Like I feel like it took them 2 years just to find that, like to piece that together. I feel like that's something that's just so it's like so just obvious. Like once I saw that, I was like, oh my god, like how did I never notice that?
Yeah.
I feel like there's still areas in Breath of the Wild that are like just like mysterious that like 2 years from now it's gonna be like, oh, this is some town from Majora's Mask or something. I don't know.
I'm sure they'll do more of that with the sequel too. I really
Maybe. I don't know.
I really like how everything's being related to like Ganondorf from Twilight Princess, because like that's my favorite Zelda game other than Breath of the Wild right now. And I don't know, it's just really fun to connect things, and I mean, I know it's not a legitimate thing that Nintendo is concerned with when making these games, but it's like fun to speculate and fun to connect things and make stories out of them.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
There will be more.
So, for the big topic for today.
The game I haven't played.
You're supposed to at least pretend.
Right.
Come on.
Well, you've watched me play
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
You
Mario
played
Maker
the
2.
This time.
So when did this come out compared to when we're talking right now? It's been a week? Did it come out
In 1 week.
a week ago today?
Yep.
That's like crazy because it seems like it's been out. I feel like I've played it so much that it feels like it's been out for way longer.
Yeah. I think the best way to sum up my experience thus far is I've made 6 pretty fully thought out levels so far
Yeah.
in a week. And in the first one, I made 3 half thought out BS levels
Right.
in the entire time. So yeah, I've
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Well, something that I was noticing through playing through your levels was like I can actually like notice like progress in the way you're making the levels. I mean, that sounds like really dumb, but like I don't know. Like the first couple were just like, okay, you're like testing the tools or whatever. But like the last couple, I was like, oh, this could like be pretty close to probably like an official level if like you wanted to refine it a little bit.
I think part of that's because the longer you're in the level area, the more you realize what you can do. And part of it's because you get the ideas from like story mode or from
Yeah.
playing other levels, or just the infinite level challenge. I don't know what that's called.
Yeah, endless or it's endless something.
Yeah. Even if a level is like super easy or not, just playing through it, you'll see like one thing that, oh, I didn't realize this was something I could
Right,
do.
yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. And then you integrate that into your own level.
True. Yeah, I've had like a super good time. I've only made that one level, but I had like a super good time making it. And it was like comparing it to the first Mario Maker, like making the level was just like night and day. It's like so much better, so much easier, so much faster. Like the little
The wheels.
yeah, the wheels. I was trying to figure out how I was going to describe them, but it's like, yeah, just being able to like basically pick enemies and blocks and whatever on the fly by just basically going to the wheels and finding what you want is so much quicker than like all the shaking you had to do in the first game and just like all of that. They really refined
Yeah.
it for this one, which makes it like the first one I like almost didn't like making levels because it felt more of like a chore than anything. Now it's so easy just to like throw something down, hop in, like do a little test run, make sure it works, and then just fix whatever you need to.
Right. And I know you could basically do that in the first one, but for some reason it just seems so much easier.
Yeah, and
I'm trying all sorts of stupid things that I don't think will work, but it takes me half a second to test it, so why not?
that's exactly what I'm doing. And it's like so much easier too, just to make like almost like stylistic choices. Like the level that I made, I wanted to like kind of use some of the pieces to make it more like artistic looking or something, like give it some like decoration. And I felt like it was so much easier to do that in this one also.
Yeah, it's like Mario Maker 1 had the basis for everybody to make their own Mario level, but they never quite felt like full Mario levels. They always felt like Mario Maker levels. So like
Yeah,
there's just
yeah.
something
And that's how I
Now
felt
you got all
too.
the extra little things that like fully complete it. So for me, it's been. I'm pretty sure I made fun of this during the Nintendo Direct where they announced this, but
Yeah.
slopes, which are 100% essential in making a level feel like a Super Mario World level.
Yeah, for sure.
And now that I can have them, I can make levels that I feel like I'm actually making a Mario World level and not just, just
Yeah.
slow touching like that.
Yeah, because like in the first one,
Enjoy just
if you wanted to make anything close to a slope, it turned into like steps, and like always in like the official levels, there's always areas where like you're able to like run through an area and not lose like momentum, and there'll be like enemies on the slope or whatever, and like you could never get that feel from the first game because slopes weren't even a thing.
Yeah.
So like it makes levels, it's obviously changes the terrain of the levels and kind of what you can do, but like for me the slopes add like this sort of it's like a streamlining or something. Like they carry momentum through areas where like in the first game you had to like just jump up stairs. Now you can just continue running or sliding or doing whatever really you want.
Yeah, definitely. It lets you continue that momentum without being boring either. You don't just have straightaways and you're
Yeah.
have straightaways pretty much.
Right. So yeah, slopes are a huge addition. But just everything else, like I know in our like kind of our E3 wrap up, Mario Maker Direct wrap up, we talked about all the different like new parts, but like I feel like I didn't even like understand how big of like a game changer half of them were gonna be until now, like until I actually started building with them.
What's funny is I've purposely not used it. We can't really show my levels, but all of the levels I've made thus far are using pretty much Super Mario Brothers parts, and that's on purpose because I was trying to see just how inventive I could be just with the basic stuff.
So you're saying from like the original Mario, like the okay.
There are some exceptions, but generally that's
Yeah.
what I try and stick to.
Right.
So that's where all my opinions are coming from. I know you have been a little bit more inventive and have used those extra parts.
Yeah, it's like the first level I made, and right now the only level I made, I was really just going. I wanted to make the Mario World theme just because like I love the way it looks. And then I got some ideas from some other courses that I had played. So yeah, it was just like a mix of everything. But I do want to try like the super old school theme to see, like if I limit myself, like what kind of creativity can come out of that.
So the thing is too, you don't have to limit yourself because they've made everything, all of the themes, even more, what do you call it, have more parody than ever before.
Right,
Like
yeah.
the original one, you can still slide down slopes and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and it feels natural even though you couldn't do that in the original.
Right.
I have finished my drawing. Do we want
And
to show it now or wait?
let's wait.
Okay.
We'll do a unveiling at the end.
Okay. Sounds good.
Do another one or add to it, I guess. Yeah, that is true though, that you can basically switch between themes like instantly, and everything that I've seen like you said, matches up pretty well. It's the only one that like is completely different is the, what is it, 3D World?
Yeah, 3D World. And actually, funnily enough, I hate the Super Mario New Super Mario Brothers levels because I
Right.
just think they're ugly and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't really
But
like the art
3D
style.
Yeah, but the 3D World ones, since they add the new mechanics, have actually been pretty fun to play. Because I never the actual Super Mario 3D World game,
Right.
so stuff like Cat Mario and the different moves and whatnot are new to me.
Yeah.
So I've had fun actually figuring out some of those levels because I honestly had no idea what I could do going in, what you could do with that theme.
Yeah. Like the things that stick out to me the most from that theme are like definitely Cat Mario, um, the clear pipes. I've seen a lot of levels that have used like the clear pipes pretty creatively.
The bullet bill is coming 3D. I've seen a lot
Oh
of videos
yeah,
that
yeah,
a lot. That like dragon thing.
yep,
I don't know what it's called.
yeah.
It goes around
The big
screen.
lava one.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are super cool.
but yeah, you can. Those levels really do feel different than all the rest. So
That is
that's
true.
something I haven't even come close to trying to tackle as far as making my own level. But
Yeah, I
I
haven't
know
either.
I'll have
I've just stuck to like the rules that I know for now. I'm sure I'll branch out
Right.
eventually, but I feel like yeah, there's like so many tools at your disposal that it's like I almost feel overwhelmed sometimes, but I'm just like, okay, I need to get something down in this stage and then I'll go from there. I need to stick with a simple idea to start.
Right. It's, so that's. I guess I felt like I've had more room to make my own rules and be creative in a way if I specifically want to. I guess my level for
Yeah.
the first one. I don't know how to say this. I
Yeah.
have an idea. I base a level around it, and it always works. I never have to press to make it work.
Yeah, yeah.
It does.
Do you want to talk about some of the cool levels that you've seen so far?
Sure. Cool as in gimmicky or cool as in
Well, just
actual
whatever,
Mario?
whatever sticks out to you.
First of all, I've been super happy that I've actually played like legit Mario levels that aren't like complete gimmicks.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm already already a huge improvement from the first game.
Right.
I think I played a couple that are let me call them based. I think a couple of them are called like temple runs, where there's like a line of thwomps behind you the entire time, destroying everything, and you just have to do it as fast as possible.
Okay. I haven't done
Or-
that, but that sounds awesome.
Yeah, so basically it's a forced speed run of a level, so it's more timing than anything.
Right.
But I find those super fun.
Yeah.
You?
There's one I played that I was telling you about where it was like ping pong where they basically have like a cannon on a track, the little space behind it, and then you were basically in control of this other cannon by I'm trying to remember how they did it. It was basically like I think you jumped and it was underneath a music block, so you jumping like made the cannon jump and it had a space behind it. And the opposing cannon like shot a turtle shell out or something, and you're basically playing ping pong, or it was
Palm.
like pong, yeah.
Yeah.
And so you were basically trying to this turtle shell was bouncing all around kind of like pong, and you were trying to keep your space safe while trying to hit the turtle shell behind the other cannon. And it was basically like best out of 3 or something, because like the turtle shell would go behind the cannon and hit a POW block, or yeah, a POW block, and if you hit it 3 times on your opponent's side, it unlocked something that let you go on to the next part of the level.
Yeah.
But where you were standing, if you let it hit it 3 times on your side, like if the womp came down and killed you or something. So I thought that was super creative. I'd never seen like anything like that before. But I felt like all those parts were in the first one, so it was like, that's what surprised me. It was just like, oh, okay. It's like someone new just figuring something out.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a completely new idea or not, but it was definitely really well.
Yeah. Another one that I saw that I played through today it was something like, it had like slide in the name, and it was basically all about you sliding down slopes and like jumping at correct times. And they kind of had like coins, like leading you off these slopes, like trying to basically tell you when to time your jump to make it to the next one perfectly. And there's all these switches involved and all these enemies, and it had like the music from like Mario 64 when you're going down like the penguin slide race, which I thought was really cool.
I'm waiting for an Old Town Road course.
A music level?
Yeah. I like the music levels. They're cool.
I saw like a Megalovania one from Undertale.
That I didn't see. I did play the slide one though, and that's definitely one of my favorites so far, because that's one that it's never gonna be an actual Mario game, but it felt like a Mario. So those are the ones I really enjoy.
Yeah, like it was so well made that it felt like it could have been like some sort of like mini game or something in a Mario game, but not. I don't. It's hard to describe. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
There's been like plenty that have been so good, and I feel like this is just the start. Like,
It literally just is.
because this is how I felt with the first Mario Maker. It was like all these stages came out like within the first week, first month, and then like they just evolve into like these crazy things.
I'm happy that a lot of them in the top charts that we right now are. They might have gimmicks or whatnot, but they're not super hard gauntlets like what took over the charts in Mario Maker 1 after a while. Stand here and automatically win, which was the bane of my existence.
Well,
I haven't seen a single one of those, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, all the ones that have been in the top charts for me are like definitely accessible to maybe not everyone, but they're not just impossibly hard.
Right.
And it's nice that you can now filter to whatever you basically want.
Yeah, I haven't actually looked at what Reddit resources or just internet resources there are to like find good maker. That's the next step too, is following people so that my favorites gets filled up with stuff that I actually know I want to play. Because right now, even it's super useful just for friends, but once I get the people, the makers that I like in there, I'm sure that's all I'll play.
Right. I do wish there was like a tag. I don't think there is a filter for this right now, but I wish there was one for like hardcore levels or something. Like do this if you want a challenge.
1% completion.
Yeah, like something like that, because like I feel like there's definitely like a market for that. Like people definitely want to search for that. Pretty sure there's one for like, I don't know what it's called. It's like quick and easy or something, or like something like that, which I feel like that's the opposite end of the spectrum. Now let's represent the other side.
Short and sweet, that's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, that I guess that doesn't really pertain too much to like difficulty. To me, that kind of is like, hey, you can get done with this course quickly. But I kind of do wish they, kind of like how they have it set up when you do like co-op. When you do the online with other people, you can, when you're doing co-op, you can pick doing an easy course, doing a normal course, doing a hard course, or doing a super hard course. I wish maybe they had those type of filters.
I think
maybe they do. Maybe I'm just overlooking it, but I'll have to check again.
I think those are the same filters that happen if you take the Endless Mario level. Like, there's difficulties there, and it's usually medium hard, very hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and from what I can tell, that's just random levels based on completion percentage
Oh, okay.
of the people that play. So that might be what you want.
Yeah. Let's see, I'm looking through some of these right now. I do wish they had like a filter for like music levels or like the auto run levels.
I think they do have an auto run.
They have auto scroll, but some of the ones that I was getting in that were just scrolling levels.
Oh, okay.
Which
Yeah,
I don't know if
weird.
that's like user confusion or
Yeah,
I'm not
maybe
sure.
It's just not using it as you're expecting.
Let's see, I've got the interface pulled up. There's standard, which is just, to me, standard means like this is pretty much like a normal Mario level.
Yeah.
There's puzzle solving, which I like doing the puzzle solving tag because that to me is where I see like a lot of the creative uses of the different tools. There's speed run, there's auto scroll, there's auto Mario. Maybe that's the music stages.
That's what I
Well,
would
I thought there
think.
were music. There was a music tag.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There is music.
Auto Mario would be don't move.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
move. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I guess I overlooked that. I'll have to check out some of those because I do like some of those too. From the first one, just like seeing how basically crazy people can make their levels that you survive.
Yeah, so you and I look for completely different levels.
Yeah. I mean, I did go through and play like a bunch of the standard levels, and I was like, any of these could be in a Mario game. Like these are like very high quality.
Yeah.
Let me just read through the rest of these. Short and sweet, we talked about that. Multiplayer versus. Have you played versus very much?
I played one game of both modes earlier today just because I wanted to see what clothes I would get, of course.
Yeah. One of the versus levels that I played, I feel like it was designed well for a single player level, but for a versus level, it was not very good. Because there was like switches at the very beginning that you had to basically use to platform until you got to a pipe.
So people
But the switches, once you went through the pipe, were still controlling things on the other side of the pipe. And the further you went, there was like
There's like lava.
lava rising. So like people in the beginning of the level basically could screw you over and lock you out of areas, and then the lava would come up and kill you.
Well, also, if there were people in the lava zone, the lava, it like continuously rose.
Okay,
the
that
longer
is
you were
something
there.
that I hate. They need to fix that.
Yeah, okay, so if people were in this lava zone, it would just continue to rise. So if someone from the non-lava zone came over, it was already risen and you couldn't really play in
Yeah.
that area until everyone had died and left that zone. and then it restarted, or just somebody won.
Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's what it
And that
is.
happened to me in the co-op version too. Like the person in the lead on co-op would get through the pipe first, and it would trigger the lava to be rising in a vertical section, and then we all came in like a second after, and we all instantly died because the lava had risen above the level where the pipe was. So it's just like, this is like these are not good for multiplayer.
Yeah, it sounds like Nintendo might have to do some more vetting of those.
The one thing I did figure out because the first time I saw that was in co-op, the second time was in versus. When I was in the versus mode, I figured out that you can go into the pipe when you're in the safe zone, and when you're coming out into the area that's covered by lava, you can basically press the opposite direction to go back into the pipe, and you won't die or anything, but it's just you have to keep going in and out of this pipe until the lava's gone. So it's just very...
Yeah, that's
Well, I thought it happened.
It was frustrating.
I thought it happened. You could only proceed further once someone had died. Like whoever was in the lava area died, and
Well, I think
everyone
that's
was
what...
back.
Yeah, I think that's what reset the lava.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of wish... I don't know the best way to fix it.
not allow water or lava.
Or like somehow like not even allow you to go into the pipe until it's safe. Like,
Yeah.
or that if you go into the pipe and then there's lava on the other side, you don't even have to input anything. It just sends you back to the other side. And it's like, hey, we'll let you control Mario when this is safe.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, it's on the course creator to tag something like that.
Right, yeah.
But
I mean, it all comes down to course design, I guess, but... And who knows if people are... I'm not sure how it decides what goes into multiplayer versus. Is if you just have that tag, is it in the pool or how it works?
that's what I think, yeah.
Because I feel like that could screw up a bunch of things. Like, if you have a level that's specifically designed for a single player level and then you just put that tag on it, it's like, that's just going to be terrible.
Only people who hate other people will do that.
Right.
Most people will do that. Yeah, I've only made one level I thought multiplayer worthy so far, and even that, then you don't know. Doesn't really tell you. Just
Right.
says, hey, you think people would like to play this? I don't know. Why not?
I just have this idea for like, if you have like fireballs, can you hurt the other people that you're around in versus?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far.
I wonder if they could make some sort of like battle with verses. Or maybe like you are confined to like an area and you have like thwomps over your head or something, and like you have to be doing different things, and like if you do it before other people, then you bring their thwomp down. I'm not sure.
Make it.
I'm
That's how-
brainstorming. Yes, this will be my project, my next stage project.
Mario Maker,
Yeah.
but also Smash.
That's like kind of what I was thinking, because I was like, if people could like hurt each other with fireballs, like give everyone fireballs at the beginning, and then like make some area where only one person can fit or something. I don't know. Somehow try to constrain it.
I'm not sure you're going to be able to do this, but I want to see it. So.
Yeah. The other filters are themed, music, and then none.
Theme is the most pointless filter.
Yeah, that's
ever
like
so
each
far.
level has a theme, so it's like, what does that even mean?
But that's a great segue into the thing I didn't talk about when we were talking about the make. What I love about this,
And that is.
I wish I could see your video, right? I really do. Which is the theme.
We're waiting in suspense.
Yeah. The themes that exist in all of the level, or all of the game themes now have like snow,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Boo House, all these other random themes that didn't exist normally, and man, did they add a lot of atmosphere than they did in the first game, and I
Yeah.
love it. Like, the snow theme, like my go-to for everything now, just because it's so cuddly. But like, I don't know. I just feel like picking the right theme makes my level awesome before I even.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's how I felt about the level that I made. I was like, okay, I kind of wanted to be like this gauntlet type, like you're on edge. So I was like, okay, Boo House it is. And I feel like that kind of like impacted some of my other decisions when I was actually making the level too, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Snow level is like the snow theme is super cool, and like the desert theme.
I haven't used that one, but I saw it for the first time today, and I think what I'm going to try and do is make some Super Mario Land level with that because it literally looks like the first Super Mario.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I even like the, you know how there's like the special, I don't really know what these are called, but there's like the special things that you can add to each of the themes, like the night mode or like,
So I don't know how to get the moon. I know that's the thing, and I have yet to use it because I can't figure out where it is. I don't want to.
well, I know where the sun is. I think you maybe have to use the sun, but in
Nighttime.
the night theme.
Huh.
And it
I don't
might,
know.
I think it'll, I don't know exactly how it works because I haven't done it, but I don't know if it won't let you use the sun in the night theme or if it will just default to the moon automatically or what.
Yeah. I mean, next time I'm feeling it creative, I definitely need to try that because that was one of the things I was. Oh, and I saw like one of the story mode themes or level themes was a level where the gravity changed from what up and down, I guess.
Yeah,
depending
yeah.
on
I've
the type. I really want to make a level with that.
That was pretty cool how they did it in that level. Because
Yeah, it's
yeah, because you're basically like running on the ceiling, and I feel like the way that they did it is they had to like make the. I feel like you had to make the world twice almost,
that's what I get out of
and
it.
then
Yeah,
every time you go inside the pipe, it's switching. Because you know how you can make like the first part of your stage, and then if you can make the second part.
right. The underworld.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it was those two were separate things, but they made them the exact same, which was super creative.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was too. But who knows?
Yeah,
Well, the cool thing about we can go back to story mode, I guess. But the thing about story mode is it has been like this kind of an idea factory.
yeah. I've gotten like so many ideas that I want to try, just to make my own that like are in the same vein of a lot of those things that I saw in story mode.
That being said, some of their ideas are completely intriguing and never project someone to those. The don't jump levels or stay
Oh,
on the ground
yeah,
levels.
those are so hard.
Yeah,
I feel like you could make some good ones, but it's just like you have to want like a challenge to do those.
right. So against everything you know about Mario.
Yeah. But that is, I feel like that's a good thing because that's exactly how I felt when I was playing like the levels where you have to carry the heavy stone. It was like, it's like all Mario games you can jump fairly high. With this stone, you basically can't jump at all. So it's like, we've been playing this game with this known rule set for like ever, but now it's like basically the same game, the same world, but like the rules have changed. So it's like I don't know, you're almost going against your instincts, which is kind of cool for a change.
Yeah.
Same thing with the don't jump levels, because like so many times in that I would get through it and then I would get to a new part that I hadn't seen before and I hadn't like trained my brain like how to do it, and like an enemy would be coming at me fairly quickly, so I'd instinctually just like press A to jump, and then obviously the clear condition would like X out, and I was like, oh great.
Yeah, I don't know how far you played into. Oh, you beat story mode, didn't
Yeah, I wanted to play all the levels in there just to kind of see all the cool stuff and then get my brain kind of going. I didn't know, I was kind of going back and forth for the longest time. I was like, do I want to just go into maker mode and see what I can do before I have any influences in my head, or should I just do story mode first? I don't know. I started playing story mode and I couldn't stop because everything was so cool. So
Fair enough.
and you unlock some parts to make some even cooler stuff. So that was neat.
I guess I didn't realize that. I thought we had every part to start with.
There's 2 items that you unlock. So if you want to have every part, you have to, I don't know how far. I don't think you have to beat it completely, but one of them I think you have to beat completely, but I think the other one you get about halfway through. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm at 30%.
they're just power-ups for Mario. They're not like things that you place. They're just power-ups.
Oh. Okay. But yeah, story mode's been my. I don't want to use the brain power to make levels, and
Yeah.
my alternative, I guess, because I'm not playing like versus multiplayer versus at all, or
Right.
anything like that.
I wish there was some sort of like there's a ranking for versus, but I wish there was like a ranking for co-op somehow.
A
'Cause
ranking for what?
Co-op.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize that.
Well, at least I haven't seen one. Because like when you go to your profile, you know, you start off and there's just like this. There's a rating. You start at the D rating, and I didn't see one for co-op. I mean, I could be wrong, but I wish
I
it was.
think I just.
I wish it somehow tracked it or something for that. Because I'd much rather do co-op than do versus.
Yeah, it sounds like versus is just asking for toxicity, which.
Well, and like how laggy it is right now for at least the times that we've played it, it's like when you're trying to make some of these jumps on versus mode, it's just like complete hell because like you don't even know when you're going to be able to press the button that's because if you have to time it perfectly, it's like impossible.
Yeah, I wasn't going to complain about that, but that was my experience. The
Yeah.
one game I played.
I'm
I think
hoping
versus-
I'm hoping somehow that gets fixed, but it's hard to say.
If that gets fixed and they add in the ability to play with friends, then I could see versus phone being actually, because you could play with people that are literally just racing you, not just going to screw you over.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure randos do all the time.
Yeah, because there was some on some of the versus levels, like
Ugh, I got so mad.
they would just like there'd be like the laggiest parts, and then like someone would just like pick you up and throw you off a ledge, and then you'd have to start at the very beginning while it's lagging. It's just like, oh, this is not good
Yeah.
in its current state. It was fun when it worked. There was a couple where we had pretty stable connection, and that was fun, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I'll wait a month. Maybe somehow I'll get that.
Yeah,
Maybe. Or not.
yeah,
Tennis got better.
we'll see.
I think we've randomly covered basically every part of
Yeah,
the
I was
game.
trying to go through and think.
Oh,
What?
you're I for some dumb reason of the incentives you get for completing their little achievements, aka all the clothes and whatnot
Oh, yeah.
for your main.
They're so weird.
Just because it's something.
Some of the
Because-
outfits are the weirdest things.
Yeah, of course, when I got a skirt that turned me into a bullet bill, I had to be wearing a skirt.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like,
But yeah.
one of the first things I got too was like the baby outfit. I was like, I don't want to wear this. It's just like creepy.
I'd wear it. It's hilarious.
I like how you can change the like the action of your avatar or whatever.
Yeah. It's just fun. It was one of those things I didn't really expect to care about, and apparently actually play things and try and get more clothes.
Yeah, I like want to try to see if I can get all of them. I don't know how difficult some of the clothes are to unlock. I haven't looked at the unlockment requirements yet, but
Yeah, I don't think any of them are like listed in game.
I don't think they are either. I'm hoping some of them aren't like unlocked by like you have to have like 1 million people like your course or something like that.
Yeah,
But all the ones that they've had so far have been fairly easy to get. I just feel like I haven't played it enough to unlock a good portion of them, so we'll see.
right. And then it kind of goes along with that. I don't know if the first Mario Maker did this one has the notification. People play your course or like it. Or
Oh yeah, like I feel like it did, but I feel like this one for some reason it's more like accessible or something. It's easier to see.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I've literally been logging on just to get the little high of, ooh, someone played my...
Yeah, I did that like the other afternoon. Yesterday I like logged in it's like in the morning just to see if anyone had played my course.
I was telling him it's like the equivalent of me playing The Sims and like going into the gallery to see if anyone's downloaded my house or something.
Download your what?
Like my house.
Like in The
that
Sims
I've
you can
made.
like make different stuff and like you can upload it in the same sort of way. Other people can download.
Like if you make a house or if you make a restaurant or even just like a room or
Yeah.
a garden or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. They've definitely like even gamified that portion of it, which it's definitely addicting for people. Because it's like anything else. It's like it's almost like a social media thing. It's like how many likes can I get on this post?
Mm.
If only we could have full Miiverse with it.
Which I mean, like for this, I feel like it's actually kind of like a good thing because I feel like on like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, people like make more posts to get more likes, but this way people will make more courses to get more likes. So it's like
Yeah,
this good cycle. More courses is a good thing.
it's true. I also noticed, I feel like you have a little bit more information. Like where your course was played, who plays them, where they died. I don't remember if you had ability to look at all of the death bubbles on your course.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Very helpful for me.
It's super helpful to see if you want to go back and change anything in your course.
Yeah.
Or if, like even if, you could even do the opposite, like if there's an area that no one has died at, you could make it that part harder.
A couple times I've uploaded courses to do exactly that, but so far I've found that I've apparently made hard courses because the completion percentage is hovering around 10% or something.
Right.
When I uploaded them, I thought, this would be like 50%.
Yeah.
Nope. So that's also been a fun challenge, just to figure
I
out.
kind of wish there was like a percentage that it showed where instead of the ratio being like how many plays compared to how many completions it has, is like it's only based on the unique players that have played it. It's like,
I mean, you can kind of see it over on the right when it tells you exactly who finished it, right?
but what if you get like a course where like 1,000 people played it? Is it going to be
Yeah,
easy to see it that way?
I don't think you can see that very easily.
Yeah. Because like, yeah, on some of my playthroughs on your courses, it definitely took me like 10 tries on one of them. But it'd be interesting to see like the completion for just tries to actual completions compared to like how many people stuck with it, you know?
Yeah, how many rage stuck with it, how many rage quit. Yeah.
Right.
Right now, I think I'm doing very badly.
Right.
Been like 3 people. But, yeah.
Shall we do the drawing reveal?
Sure.
Alright. Here's my drawing. It's Poe as Mario. Well, I think. I drew a little hard hat on him with the little Mario M on it. And I drew him going through a course.
His name's Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an angry son is coming after him. Yeah. That's what I got.
It sounds beautiful. I wish I could see it.
You can see it when you buy it on our Patreon.
True. The Patreon we
Wait.
still don't have.
So yeah, any final thoughts that you guys want to talk about of Mario Maker 2?
No.
Besides that, it's the greatest game ever made.
It's worth my $60, and I was apprehensive.
Yeah, I remember you were definitely like on the fence about getting it. But I'm glad you did.
Make more courses, or find me some good makers. That's what everybody needs to find some good makers for me and send them to the channel.
I saw, yeah, I mean, I feel like people are starting to compile them. I just saw an article on Kotaku today that it was titled something like Best Mario Maker 2 Makers or something. Course makers. Maybe you have to check that out.
I just want Super Mario World bootleg version too.
We'll have to see.
Also, we should post our tours on our Twitter or something.
Ooh, we should do that.
Well,
What? Post our
Start
courses?
posting our courses or
leave you
yeah.
online.
our maker IDs.
Yeah, put your maker IDs in like the description below.
I'll definitely put them in the video and post them in the description. But that would be cool. If anyone's listening to this, send us your courses. We'll definitely play through them.
I'll watch them.
Will that happen? I don't know.
I have a feeling Alaska's got some courses.
Alaska's got some courses. Maryland's got some courses. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Fourshade Studios podcast can be found on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you can find podcasts. That's it. Episode 18.
Bye.
Done. See ya.